Last time we talked about why Boruto could become the next Hagoromo based on his DNA and Otsutsukification. In reality, however, Boruto is actually more of a mix between Hagoromo and Hamura, or simply put, he is the next Kaguya together with Momoshiki. So a very interesting and special existence. But of course, he won't have all the abilities of those characters just like that, even if he should theoretically be able to because of his DNA. There's just not enough time for that. He will have to use the few years he has to focus on just a few of these abilities to fully master them. These abilities must then logically fit Boruto somehow, because why should he first learn anything that does not fit him? So that's why today's video explains what powers Boruto should eventually have based on Boruto as a person after the time skip. His character development is inseparable from his future powers. And so at the end of the last chapter, which was most likely the last chapter before the time skip, Boruto made a very important statement that could foreshadow what kind of shinobi he might become after the time skip, and thus the associated powers he might have. Boruto said, "In me flows the blood of my father Naruto and the blood of my grandfather Minato. I am the will of fire of Konoha." That's all we need to understand what Kishimoto has planned for Boruto. It's not just about becoming stronger, but also about who he wants to become himself. It's undeniable that Boruto has been on a bit of a who am I and who do I want to be journey. Is he a shinobi? Does he want to be like Sasuke or more like Naruto? Is he even a human or an Otsutsuki? What is his goal in life? And so on and so forth. From the beginning of the series, Boruto always criticized his father for various reasons, mostly selfish. But as the series progressed, he learned not only to appreciate his father and his position as a Hokage, but also to respect him as a person. He realized what a difficult path Naruto has walked all by himself to become who he is today, a person the entire world looks up to, a person who protects everyone. So when Boruto mentions his father, he means it first and foremost with the goal of becoming like his father. This is emphasized even more in this scene when, instead of blaming Kawaki and planning to treat him like a villain, he acts as if he just needs to grow strong until he can resolve this conflict as it were just a small argument between two siblings without any great consequences. Because that's what Naruto would have done, and as we know, that's exactly what Naruto did with Sasuke. Except for the part where he was so strong that he could end their conflict as if it was just a childish argument. But in any case, Naruto really acted like what Sasuke did was no big deal, which allowed Sasuke to become the great person he is today. Boruto wishes the same for Kawaki. Anyway, the importance of this sentence is further emphasized by the fact that we saw a panel where Sasuke reacts to what Boruto said Naruto would have done. Here Kishimoto makes it clear that even though it initially looked like Boruto would become the next Sasuke, he is still Naruto's son. And that will never change. He has already inherited Naruto's personality. All Sasuke will do is guide Boruto and make him a true shinobi. So of course Boruto will be like Sasuke. It's like Boruto is a sword, the metal is Naruto and the blacksmith is Sasuke. Especially here you must also know that Boruto should theoretically even be able to awaken a Sharingan or even a Rinnegan. Both Kaguya, from whom Boruto descended, and Momoshiki, from whom he received almost his entire DNA, had a Rinnegan, or even a Sharingan. Of course Sasuke is the perfect teacher for that, but I just don't think Boruto needs the Rinnegan or Sharingan. It doesn't fit his character. It also wouldn't fit with Sarada. Sarada needs something that is unique to her, so the direction to the Sharingan is understandable here. And Boruto has the Jogan anyway. Maybe it's even a mixture of several dojutsus in one. So Boruto only has one eye free for all the other crazy abilities anyway. Of course it would be a waste of potential if he didn't manifest anything with the other eye, I agree. Just not a Rinnegan or Sharingan. I wouldn't mind a Tenseigan or a unique Shinjutsu ability like the one Ishiki has or Shibayotsuki for example. Based on the very early character concept that Kishimoto made before moving to his new project. It's obvious that Boruto was always meant to have an ability that we know as chakra mode. And not just any chakra, but Kurama's. The fact that Saurada and Mitsuki received the exact same power-ups shown in this concept art proves that there is at least a very high probability that Boruto will also somehow learn the chakra mode. And with that, he obviously took Naruto not only as a pure role model for his personality, but also as an orientation in which direction he wants to develop his power. I mean, who doesn't want to be like the guy who defeated Sasuke? So chakra mode will definitely be part of his future power. How exactly he's going to gain it is a whole other topic that I will talk about in more detail in the future. I already talked a little bit about it in this video here, the link is in the comments. Aside from the chakra mode, I believe that the 6th path Senjutsu is an inevitable power that he simply must have. And it doesn't matter at all how Boruto is supposed to gain this power because, as I already explained, he should theoretically be able to use any human jutsu. He doesn't have to try to get this power the same way as Azura, Madara, Naruto, Obito, or Tonari, but more like Hagoromo. For Boruto, it should actually be even easier than for Hagoromo. Boruto is one of the most talented shinobi we've ever seen, literally inventing new jutsus by accident. Unlike Hagoromo, he's even a complete Otsutsuki, and he's perfectly trained in ninjutsu. He has all the necessary knowledge to become greater than anyone before him, including Hagoromo and Hamura. And that's not even taking into account Momoshiki, who also has the Byakugan, Rinnegan, and even Wood Release. Long story short, it's not about whether Boruto could have the 6th path Senjutsu, but whether it fits his character. And I think as someone who is so much like Naruto and thus has the will of Azura and Hagoromo, that power is the best thing to have. Besides, the 6th path Senjutsu is also considered something like the highest level of a shinobi, something that even Madara tried to achieve. Boruto is depicted in the time skip as the last piece of the shinobi world that Kawaki is trying to remove, or whatever the context may be. But considering how Boruto portrayed himself as the last shinobi and thus of all ninjas, the 6th path Senjutsu is a must. This is what makes a shinobi so different from an Otsutsuki. Boruto cannot be the peak of the shinobi without one of the peak powers. And since the Rinne Sharingan is more for Saurada, it must be the 6th path Senjutsu. That's pretty much all there is to Sasuke and Naruto's influence. Now something very interesting. He also mentioned his grandfather Minato. Since he doesn't know Minato personally, he can't see him as much of a role model as he does Naruto. In this regard, the fact that Kishimoto mentioned Minato could indicate that Boruto in many ways inherited his talent from Minato as well. For example, Minato is a genius at creating and inventing jutsus. It is one thing to master the Rasengan, one of the most difficult skills to learn. But it's quite another thing to invent this technique yourself. That takes a genius. And as we know, Boruto, without knowing it, changed the essence of the Rasengan. He unknowingly infused lightning, and it worked. That is a lot harder than Boruto made it look, especially since Boruto did it by accident. That's crazy. This is something that Naruto has trained very intensively. So Boruto is definitely more talented than Naruto, or rather differently talented. He seems much more like Minato to me. I'm not saying that Minato is more talented than Naruto. I'm more saying that Naruto can never move as elegantly as Sasuke and Minato. That's a talent you can't train, it's an ability you're born with. It's not more important than hard work, Naruto has proven it, but it's something that is undeniably a gift that could make a shinobi exceptional. And I believe Boruto has inherited that gift from Minato. As for Minato, I can imagine things like the whole space-time ninjutsus, which by the way is very similar to Sasuke's fighting style, which fits the point I'm trying to make. And since Sasuke is Boruto's master, it is very obvious that Boruto can gain those abilities that Minato showed in the Great Ninja War, especially because the Jogan most likely has space-time abilities as well. Sasuke also has a perfect control of Shuriken Jutsu, which is one of Minato's specialties. Then of course the chakra mode again. again. The last thing Boruto mentioned was his mother. Not only her, but he specifically mentioned the Hyuga bloodline. Kishimoto could not have made his intent clear in this chapter. Here Boruto was not talking about his personality as he did with Naruto, but about the Hyuga blood, which carries certain powers that Boruto should be able to use. Hyuga blood most likely means the power from the Hamura Otsutsuki bloodline, such as the Byakugan, which is already part of his ability. So basically the same game here with Hamura as before with Hagoromo. Theoretically even the Tenseigan will be possible. And with the Tenseigan we once again have the chakra mode. And that's pretty much it. I think it's a solid combination if you add Momoshiki and Shinjutsu. So what do you think of this Boruto time skip theory? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video then please leave a like, it really helps me a lot. And if you want to see more Boruto content then subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.